So is Israel making a real effort to prosecute war crimes? And do you think there's an option there for complementarity with Israel in this case?
Well, we conduct our investigations looking at the whole architecture of the Rome Statute, and we know very well the very critical role that complementarity plays. And we formed a clear view that at the time of the application and at the time of the judicial decisions, that complementarity was not possible. There was no indication of willingness and ability by Israel at that time to investigate Rome Statute crimes. But it's important also to recall that the door to complementarity is one that can be opened by states, and it's clear what's needed. It's genuine, serious, independent and impartial investigations for the same suspects, for the same conduct, investigations or prosecutions that are not a sham, that are not designed for shielding. And of course there's many very good judges in Israel and many good lawyers in Israel. That's never been the question. The question is, have those judges, have those prosecutors, have those legal instruments been used to properly scrutinize the allegations that we've seen in the occupied Palestinian territories in the State of Palestine? And I think the answer to that was no, but I hope there can be a reconsideration. And there's an issue of sovereignty here. It's down to states to decide the modalities that they say meet the domestic requirements. In some systems, a director of public prosecutions will commence a case. In some systems, an attorney general will instigate a case, same conduct, same suspect. That's the legal constant that's required by the jurisprudence of the International Criminal Court. And in some systems, investigating judges may be appointed that independently and forensically review the information. And if that is done effectively, then the door to complementarity could be opened, and it could be the basis of an admissibility challenge. But these are hypotheticals at the moment because it requires action by the state concerned.
Has there, as far as you know, been any genuine effort to look into the actions and acts of Benjamin Netanyahu or Yoav Gallant since the court affirmed your arrest warrant?
Well, at the moment, I haven't seen that. I mean, there's been a denial that crimes have been taking place or that have taken place. There's a denial in many areas. But that can also be revisited by independent investigating judges or prosecutors, law enforcement, to look at the allegations and to review the conduct against the yardstick of the international obligations under the Geneva Conventions and under the domestic obligations of the State of Israel. And that's a sovereign prerogative. But we're here as a court of last resort. And at the time of the application and at the time of the decision, and as we speak right now, we haven't seen any real effort by the State of Israel to take action that would meet the established jurisprudence, which is investigations regarding the same suspects for the same conduct. But that can change, and I hope it does.
Of course, we're talking about the highest levels here, right? Netanyahu and Gallant. As far as I know, that even at a lower level, there has been no real effort to look into possible war crimes, even though I think it's quite commonly accepted in international law circles that crimes have been committed, but that even at a lower level, Israel hasn't made any effort or prosecuted anybody for what's happened in Gaza, for example.
Well, it goes back to my earlier answer, Anthony, that unfortunately, for a long period, there was a complete denial of any alleged criminality, a denial of any conduct that fell below the standards that's required by the Geneva Conventions or by Israeli law. And that, of course, made things difficult to assess complementarity, or put it the other way around, it made it easy because there's a complete denial of any wrongdoing, and so not a willingness to actually grasp the nettle of truth and to investigate it. But the point is that can change. Sometimes states, individuals can reassess the national interest and what's the proper thing to do before warrants are applied for. They can decide to do that after warrants are applied for. And in the meantime, we're doing what we have to do. The judges have done what they have to do, and we're investigating independently and impartially. But like in every other situation, we hope that states will step up and fulfill their international law obligations. And that's what I hope happens in every situation, not just Israel and Palestine. I hope states can deal with the impunity gap effectively, and certainly with Israel there is qualified people. The issue is willingness to properly put those processes into gear, not when it comes to allegations in the state of Israel, but what hasn't been done is allegations that pertain to the state of Palestine, to the occupied Palestinian territory, and that's a matter for Israel to review and to decide what's the appropriate thing to do. And in the meantime, we're here as a court of last resort, and we're doing our job to the best of our ability, and the judges have spoken now.